Here's a sewing for a single section book that I've been wanting to record for a long time. So I'm glad to be doing this. It's very pretty and it has a few very fun variations, which I'm going to show at the end, but we're going to start out with this nice little wave of pearls. Okay, now I often make these with this V pocket book that's on my blog. I'll often make these with book cloth or with wallpaper samples. This one happens to be out of paper, and so for this one I actually have a piece of linen tape that has an adhesive on the back of it that I put along the spine, but I don't always do that. I'm going to come down here a little bit, a little closer, and I've got my waxed linen thread. This is 2-ply. I get this from Royalwood, and the amount of thread I've used is basically 4 times the height of the book. I'm not sure, that might be too much. We'll find out at the end. I'm using a number 18 John James Bookbinders needle that I can get from Tallis or Hollanders. I've already put in the holes. This piece of paper is 5 inches high, so what I did is I put down my ruler. I used a template over here. Here's my template. Centered it, started at 2.5 inches and made holes 1/2 inches above and below that until I got to the 4.5 inch mark, and then I put another one about 3/16 of an inch away, just a little ways away. I need this for what's called the anchor stitch, which you'll hear about momentarily. And you can see I already started this because I didn't want this to be a super long video, but it's hard to see the sewing with this thread. So let's see. So I'm going to show you start out the sewing with the card. But first, let me show you where I came across the first concept of this. When I was a teen, I learned how to embroider, and I used this wonderful little book, and I learned the chain stitch. Simple, basic stitch. But I wouldn't have thought of using it as a binding unless I saw it here in Keith Smith's 1, 2, and 3 section sewing book. So there it is, the chain stitch. It's very nice. He doesn't use beads, and there's a couple of different ways you can use beads, and I'll talk about them. But like I said, I just want to start out using this sort of undulating way. But basically the way the chain stitch goes is this. Let's say this is the inside of your book, right? This is the inside of the spine. You go in the first hole, come out the second hole, right? So you're back on the inside, you tie a knot. You tie a good knot. I'm not going to tie a good knot here because it's shoelace. And by the way, if you're teaching or learning a stitch for the first time, it's really good to use a card and a shoelace and no needles. It's just a nice way of teaching and learning. So for my second stitch, I'll go in. Remember, we're on the inside of the book. Come out and go through that anchor stitch. That first stitch was my anchor stitch. I've caught it, and now I go back in. And you see the first chain. Okay, there's no beads on this one. We'll get to that. We'll get to it right now. So now I'm on the inside of the book again, coming out. And now I could put a bead on, right? I could slide a bead on here. And then I do my chain, and then I can go through that same bead again. And if I do that sort of thing, going through the same bead again, I end up with this line of beads, not the undulating beads that I showed you. And that's what I'm going to show you next, but I'm going to show it to you on my book. Okay, so there's your second chain. I hope you got that concept because it's just the same thing over and over again. You go in, capture the previous chain, and then go out and keep going. Okay, so let's see. anything I want to tell you here. We talked about the thread, the holes. Personally, I put the holes only through the book block. I like to wait until it's on the cover before I do the neck, before I puncture all the way through. And I have my awl on hand, and I could use my needle or my awl, but very carefully look there. It came out right where I want it to. I'll go through a little bit more, make a bigger hole, and putting it through that hole, coming out. Now I had 8 sections, eight spaces between dots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So I needed to have 16 beads on hand, which I have them in here where they're not gonna get away from me. Okay, and I'm holding my book on there with these binders clips. I love binders clips. Okay, now I'm putting the bead on. These are 5mm plastic beads. I put it on here, and the fact is I can't go back into that bead. That's not enough room. So instead of going back through that bead and having a lineup of beads, I'm just putting on a different bead, and I can push these back and forth. I'd like them all sort of going in the same way right now, and I'll go back into that same hole, and I want to be careful. Usually I can, there it goes, I just wiggle around a little bit and I can find where the right spot is. Okay, you want to get this tightened up, and you never tighten in an opposing way that the thread is going. You tighten up in the way that it wants to be going, and that way you avoid tearing the paper. Everybody does that at first, but oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to go in. I'm going to sort of check to see how hard that is. I'm not really happy with that, so I'm going to go into my hole, go very slowly to make sure it's coming out right where I want it to on the spine, which it is. Okay, now we're almost at the end of this, and I didn't want this sewing to take too long because I want to show you some really fun little things you can do with this once you've done the sewing that change it up in a very sweet way. Okay, so I get another bead, put it on, get it in there. Like I said, I usually can find the spot. Now I did find the spot, but my finger was there. So now I'm going to be careful not to get blood on my book. Shouldn't have had my finger right there. Okay, tighten it up a little bit. Come back out. Here's my last one. Using my awl again. Looks good. On, and I'll be tying it off. And look, these two are not parallel to the other ones, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about that. Go back in, and I'm about ready to tie off. Those. Get a little tighter there. That's good. Okay, now I'm just going to tie off by doing a nice little 2 knots. 1, 2 knots. This waxed linen thread generally doesn't come apart, and I'll snip and snip. There it goes. Now I put in 8 pieces of paper here, and sometimes I put in 16. Depends on how you feel about it. Now this is how much I have left over. So I probably could have gotten away with 3 lengths of the three heights of the book instead of 4 when I measured out my thread, but that's okay. All right, so that's what it looks like. Now there's that problem of these are all sort of going one way. Well, look, I can just switch them around. So I can just all switch them around so they're all sort of parallel to each other, and you've got that nice sort of wavy look to them. There's also something else you can do. I'm going to come up higher a little bit. You can sort of create another little pattern here. So I can make it so I've got little half circles. I just move the beads around. They move around pretty easily. You see the little half circles forming? And let's see the last one. So you can do these little half circles. Another one I like to do is have it like a sine curve, like an S. So this comes up, this comes down, and then I switch those two. Let's see, yeah, switch it like this. What I'm trying to do is to make one look like a frown and one look like a smile, right? There we go. And so now you've got that sort of a different kind of wavy thing happening. Okay? Again, if you just go in and out of the same bead, it ends up as a line of beads. And you can sort of like mix it up and not use just the same bead. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes I use a bead on the anchor stitch, and sometimes I don't. Sort of, it's like up to you. And that's, I think, all I need to say about this. Except for the fact that I hope you noticed how nice my little drawing is framed into the cover. And that's a very cool technique that I learned during book conservation, and I'm going to make a video about that too. So there you go. A nice simple sewing for a single section